Hey, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. This is Dave Mulcahy with Pack the Mats. And today, what I want to talk about is how to be the number one martial arts school in your area, at least according to Google. All right. So, we're going to dig in a little bit about search engine optimization. And when it comes to search engine optimization, there's two main things: we've got local and we've got organic. All right. And I have a quick screenshot here to show you the ones that show up in this map pack. That is your local SEO. Down here are the organic rankings. Okay. And actually, Google's recently made some updates to their local SEO rankings. So you'll see sometimes actually the number one organically will show up at the top. All right. Also, sometimes you can see ads there. But for the purpose of this, we've got local and we've got organic. That's what we're going to focus on. All right. So local is the map pack, organic is the websites, everything below that. Okay. So, real fast, my name is Dave Mulcahy. I'm the founder of Pack the Mats. I started martial arts at a young age, and I've been doing web design and SEO, search engine optimization, since about 2010. All three of my kids are in martial arts. I'm a parent. I believe in it. I love martial arts, and I want more kids to experience the martial arts. I believe that's would be very good for our country, the world, everything else. So that's my mission. That's what I'm on. That's why I'm here. So next, I want to talk about why search engine optimization. Okay. So the first thing is when search engine optimization, when you search for a local martial arts school in your area, you want to show up number one. All right. And the number one reason is because consumers trust rankings. All right. But consumers believe that whoever Google puts number one, that's probably for a reason and they're a very reputable school. So that's one of the second is first impressions matter. All right. So if they see you as number one at the top, then they're going to believe that you're number one. All right. And also, and perception is reality. So what they perceive to be number one, even if you aren't the biggest school, even if you're one of the newer schools, whatever, if you can get to that top spot or even those top three spots, that perception is that you are one of the top schools, and that really makes a difference. All right. And then long term, just focus. This marketing will generate students and consistent lead flow for years and years to go. So if you can rank near the top, people will continue to click and go to your website and opt in for years to come, and you don't have to pay for it. All right. I mean, you have to pay for it initially. You have to put that initial investment in to get there. But once you're going, and I'm going to show you the steps and how to get there. But once you're going, once you are at that top spot, you're going to consistently have this lead flow coming in from people that are looking for martial arts in the area, as long as your website is optimized to be able to pull in leads. I mean, that's another factor. We're going to talk about websites at a different time. All right, so that's the reason for local SEO. Now we're going to talk about local versus organic again. We're focused on the local. All right, so we're going to dive in and say, what is local? I will do a separate video about organic and websites another time. This is part one. We're just talking about local SEO. Okay, so first thing to remember is that local equals nap time. All right, and nap stands for name, address, phone number, website as well. I'm going to put this little plus website as a side note, but this info needs to be consistent across the internet for your best opportunity to rank. Okay. And oh, I have two different slides here. Look at that. All right. So business info needs to be correct, consistent across the internet for your best opportunity to rank. And that is your name, address, phone number. I will put that little plus website just because you want to make sure that your website is accurate, but the name, the address, and phone number is still like the top most important. So when I say consistent, what does that mean? Consistent means if the name of your school is Dave's BJJ, I want it to stay BJJ. I don't switch it to Dave's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or the opposite. My name is Dave's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu School. I don't want to switch it to Dave's BJJ School or Dave's BJJ Gym or whatever. All right. So BJJ versus Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it matters. All right. On top of that, the suite matters. So if you're putting in your address, you put suite and you type it out, SUITE. But then on a listing somewhere else, you have STE. That's inconsistent. Okay. Same with street versus street. All right. North versus north. But even deeper than N versus north, N period versus N. makes a difference. So the punctuation and the grammar makes a huge difference. Okay. So just something to think about when you're going through. You want to write your business address down, and you want it to be that way consistently. Okay. When I say consistently, we want it across your website. So in the footer of your website, you should have the main one, your Google business profile. All right. And then other citations across the internet, Yelp, Facebook, City Search. There's hundreds and hundreds of them, but there's only about a core 100 that you really need to focus on. If you can get those right, that will give Google the signal that they need, that you're consistent, which is one of their main ranking factors. So if your information is consistent, that builds authority in Google's eyes. Google sees you as high authority, and they rank you higher. So that's why consistency is so important. All right. So what I recommend is you write out your name, address, phone number. Make sure that it's consistent. Let me do this real fast. All right. So if your address is 1522 North Richmond Road, right? And I don't know, this is in Chicago, Illinois, 60625. I'm making up an address and a zip code. It needs to be this exact way everywhere. In the footer of your site, in your Google business profile, on your Facebook page. Okay. Oh, wait. So if you add the period, that's inconsistent now. So just make sure that you know that. Okay. So however you do it, doesn't matter. So what I actually recommend is, first thing, go to your Google business profile. If you haven't done it yet, go to business. Do this. Making this up as I go along here. Go to business.google.com. All right. Claim your listing. This is what's going to show up in the map pack back here at the top when I talked about the map. This is what's going to show up here. And then however Google takes it, just copy and use that everywhere else, because that's ultimately what matters. This is the way Google sees it. So if Google likes it with HWY here instead of highway, that's what you copy and paste into your website, and that's what you use across Facebook, Yelp, all the other listings. Okay. Hope that helps. Let's dive into step 2 with local SEO, and that is that reviews equal trust. All right. So you need to get more reviews. And it seems like a lot of academies are hesitant to do this. And I think the number one reason that they are hesitant is because they're worried about bad reviews. Obviously, you don't know for sure people are going to give you a good review. You feel awkward asking. And I want you to just think, if you get some bad reviews, number one, it's not the end of the world. Number two, if you get 2 bad reviews and you have hundreds of great ones, or even 100 great ones, that's much better than having 1 bad review with 10 great reviews. Okay. So you're going to get my point with this is you're going to get some reviews trickling in on Google, whether you ask for them or you don't. All right. And ideally, it's always the people that are pissed off the most that want to go leave a review. All right. Just look at restaurants and you'll see that. So you need to encourage and ask your happy members to go leave you good reviews. And if you can encourage those people to go leave you good reviews, then a couple bad ones are going to happen. Absolutely. They're going to happen. All right. Not everybody's perfect. Not everybody runs a perfect business. But when you get them, they're not going to look as bad, because it actually makes you look more real that you have a couple bad ones, and not like you're paying people to leave you 5-star reviews, which doesn't increase trust at all. So it's almost better to have a couple bad ones, or not the end of the world to have a couple bad ones. All right. Make sure that you reply to all of our reviews. So you get a review in, go reply. And maybe it's not best for you always to be the one that replies. If you have an employee or somebody that's a little bit less emotional about it, a little less emotionally involved. I've seen some terrible responses from business owners that point the finger at the person leaving the review. So people will read the bad review, and they'll also read the response to the bad review. And sometimes the response to the bad review is actually what makes them decide whether they're going to try this business or not. So just something to think about. I already got ahead of myself. So definitely make sure you respond to all reviews. And I'll do a separate video talking about how to get more reviews a little bit more specifically. But if you could just add in a text message, or even when you see people when they enroll or they re-register, be like, hey, how are you enjoying it? Could you go leave a review for us. It helps us find more students in the area. It helps us help more families, those sort of things. And people will usually be happy to do it. If you could set up a QR code and have people scan it right there from a piece of paper, or if you have parents sitting in the lobby, set up signs everywhere so that they can scan and leave the review right there. That's an easy way to do it. The parents are sitting on their phones while they're watching their kids practice. That's 80% are doing that. And also sending out text messages and emails is very effective. Okay. All right, let's move on to the third tip. Optimize your Google business profile. All right. And like I said, if you haven't done that yet, go to business.google.com, just like I talked about earlier. Or once you have claimed it, you can just search for the name of your business. So like, for example, we work with an academy called Elgin Kikido. Spell it correctly, Elgin Kikido. You can see that I manage the business, so it pops up here, your business profile in Google. And then you have these options. This is how you edit. I can click edit profile. It opens it up and I can edit the profile. All right. So one of the important things when you're looking at your Google business profile, and I mentioned it in these slides, number one, making sure your name, address, and phone number is accurate. Use this as your starting spot. Okay. Second is categories. So the categories of your business, you can click to business category, edit them. You have one primary one, which is usually martial arts school, unless you specifically are jiu-jitsu or something like that. Then you might want to think about doing jiu-jitsu. But I like martial arts school because that's what the majority, especially if you're in a competitive market, that's what the majority of academies are doing. And so it's good to compete there at a martial arts school. If you do jiu-jitsu, when people are searching for martial arts, you might not show up the same way as you do when they search for jiu-jitsu. It gives you a better chance of ranking for jiu-jitsu, but a lower chance to rank for martial arts, for example. Okay, and then add in additional categories. So if something fits you, if you're a gym, I mean, there's a ton of additional ones in here. You just click add another category and you search, and it'll pull up some. So look through. There's judo. There's fitness gym. There's a ton of different ones. Physical fitness program. A ton. Just kind of make sure that your primary category is what's most important. Make sure you have that in there. All right. And then you have so again, contact info, services, your services. You could put your classes right in there and even put the pricing for your special offer. Like if it's 2 weeks for $29, you could put that in as a service offer or a product. So there's a lot of different ways that you can optimize. I'll do a separate video on that, but making sure your services and products are listed. And again, your product could be your service. A product could be your service, right? So if I go here and I click edit products, you could actually put your trial as your product. Something to think about. All right. And then last tip for Google Business Profile, just to get started, is post pretty regularly on there. You can add an update here, right? Post updates, and you can put in a photo and just add a description. It's very similar to posting on Facebook or anywhere else. It shows up and it just adds that extra relevancy and updates to your profile to make Google realize, hey, you're using their platform. They're going to give you some points for it to help you move up. So definitely recommend doing that. You can often just take your Facebook profile, Facebook posts, and you can put them on Google. Maybe a few a month, and if you're not ranking well, then you need to do more. But if you are ranking well, just do a few a month just to keep up with it. And maybe one a week, something like that would work. They stay for a little while and then they go away. So, all right. So those are my top 3 tips for local rankings, something you need to think about when you want to rank higher in the Google Map Packs. What I want to do next is recommend that you audit your local SEO, right? So find out where your name, address, and phone number is inconsistent. How many reviews do you have? Are you responding to those reviews? Just do a quick audit overall of your Google Business Profile, of your rankings. We have a free audit that we provide at packthemats.com/local SEO report. You can go check it out there. Otherwise, it does, you enter your name, email, phone number. So it's a lead magnet for us to be able to talk with you about your SEO, help you out. There's no obligation to purchase. There's no sales call. It's just, we just go over the report. And if you want to continue working with us or go with our suggestions for fixing it, we're here to help you. Otherwise, just search for free citation report, and there's some good ones that pop up. I think the Hoth has one, and there's some others. So the big thing that you want to look for is getting your name, address, phone number done properly, consistently across the internet. That is going to be the biggest bang for your buck to ranking higher. And there are tools like Yext and others that Bird Eye and some others that will help you rank higher faster. So, all right, this is longer than I expected. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks so much for your time. Good luck with your academy and good luck with your ranking. Looking forward to seeing the part 2 of this video about organic SEO and how to make sure that your website is optimized for that. So take care, guys. Bye.